come on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Go ahead and comment. Drop a comment. I am here. I am here. Go ahead and drop a comment. I am here. I am here. Today we have a great conversation, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys learn from it, and I hope that you can utilize the tools that you guys will be learning today to apply to your life for your next level of healing. Go ahead and comment. Go ahead, comment. Let me know that you're in. Let me know that you're in. Go ahead and drop a sunflower if you're in the building. Let me know that you're in here. Go ahead and drop a sunflower. All right, good morning, everybody. This is your favorite life coach and self-care strategist, helping you achieve a balanced life through your mind, your body, and your spirit. Today, our topic is healing traumas utilizing self-care. And so today we're going to have our special guest, Angie Andre, in the building, giving her story on how she utilized self-care to get to her purpose, utilizing self-care to heal her traumas, and still utilizing self-care to continue her healing journey. But before I start the segment, before I bring her on, I want to just make a brief disclaimer and give a thanks to the people who that has been there for me throughout my healing journey. I don't want to discredit nobody, but in my healing journey, I had to also come to the understanding that everyone has a season in your life, and to not lean towards codependency, and to appreciate the people that was in your life for the time that they could be in your life. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you guys so much that is coming on. Please drop a sunflower if you're in the building. So again, I just want to send it out there. Thank you guys so much for being in my life, helping me through my healing journey, being able to pick up the phone when I couldn't even find myself. But you know, you guys were with me sharing my tears, and I appreciate you guys. But again, I had to also learn that everyone is there for a season. So thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on Angie Andre so she can share her story on how she overcame many wounds and traumas. Hey Dad, shout out to you. Love you too, baby. How she overcame many wounds and trauma utilizing self-care. And I hope from this segment that you'll learn what tools you can apply into your life to make sure that you get the best out of your life. So let me go ahead and bring her in here. Okay, well, she can't come on yet. She can't come on yet. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let me see something. She can't come on yet. But I'm going to just go ahead and tell you how many people have been asking me, how can I start my healing journey to effectively heal my childhood traumas? So I'm going to be talking about that as well. I'm not sure if she's on, but I'm going to be talking about that as well. But I also want to let you guys know that everyone has their pace, and when it comes to healing. But everyone has their pace when it comes to healing. And I also want to say, please be patient with yourself through this journey. Hey, girl.
Hello. Hi. I don't know. I actually have it on my
Wait, I can't hear you,
computer.
baby.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess something, I don't know how to go live on my computer, so I don't know what happened.
You guys drop a sunflower if you guys could hear her, because for me it's a little low, but it may be me.
Maybe I gotta move. I don't know. I'm currently there's some areas in the shop that doesn't really work here.
Can you guys hear her? Give me a thumbs up. I'm not sure. I can hear you, but it's so low.
It's really low. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Just poquito.
Okay. Maybe I'm gonna have to move. Hold on. Let me see if my Wi-Fi is on. I do apologize. If you guys could hear me, please put a thumbs up. I don't. Okay. Thumbs up.
There.
It's getting there. You guys could hear me.
You good. You good.
I'm good.
Yeah. They put thumbs up. So what is that?
Okay.
What am I don't know what you. Okay, go ahead. Y'all drop a sunflower in the comment. Go ahead. So first of all, thank you guys so much for joining. I almost got comfortable, like, go ahead, Angie, talk. But thank you guys so much for joining. Angie, I would like for you to introduce yourself to the audience, and then we're gonna move forward with the questions.
Yeah. Well, hi everyone. I am Angeline Andre. I am the founder of Favorite Nails. For those who know me, I've been in the nail industry for a long time. Oh my God, let me say 17 years. And now not only nails I'm doing, but God is also allowing me to move into my purpose by also helping, counseling, helping other people on any situation that they're going through. So, yep, that's me.
Period. So I'm so happy for you. So listen, you guys, again, if you can't hear us, let us know. We will, adjust accordingly, but we're going to keep going because we're not seeing anybody saying anything different.
Yeah,
so we're going to keep going. All right. So we're going to start with our first questions. So the first question is, what is self-care to you?
Well, self-care to me is a letting go and accepting that my emotion maybe come in and out. So I can't dwell on.
Oh, you went hot. I don't know what happened.
Honestly, I can't dwell on the circumstance. I just got to move forward.
Exactly. So yeah. So
to hear me, I don't know.
No, I can hear you perfect. Okay. Like I don't know what happened, but the volume just shot up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, perfect." So that's good. That's good. So what you said was that self-care helped you utilize the tools to effectively move accordingly in any relationship. Sometimes you got to let go and let God. And I also believe that God will bring it back in full circle in His timing. There's always a divine timing. One thing you never want to do is play God in someone's life.
Right.
So that's something I had to learn.
Yeah.
But we ain't talking about me right now.
Yeah.
So question 2 says, but can you explain or tell us how discovering your truth, knowing your traumas, knowing your history, how that helped you or how that affected how you made relationships?
Ooh, okay. So the first thing that I could truly say is you have to know who you are, or you build relationship with others.
Yes.
Sometimes we neglect ourselves.
Yes.
By past situation that happened, past trauma that happened in your life. You think that you're doing good, but you're really not. Yeah. Then you start really hating on yourself. Yeah. So for that, I know, and I had to realize for myself that self-love, that is very important. Yeah. That's the results to your, self-discovery. Exactly. Know where you came from as a little child,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, examine your self-worth,
Yeah.
you know, and your, you know, the result of your low self-esteem.
Exactly.
And before we go into relationship, we have to know the value who we are to build other relationship, rather relationship with your spouse or your best friend. You have to know who you are and that you're not just doing things because someone is telling you to do.
Exactly.
So as I had to acknowledge myself, who I am, and what God created me. Yeah, the Bible said that, you know, he created you in his image. So, okay, God, if you're in me, then I got to love myself. Exactly. So before I build relationship with others, I have to build that relationship within me. And how I process that is to know who I am first.
Exactly.
Then build that relationship.
Exactly. And so again, knowing, you know, your history of, as far as like you know you better than anybody, right? So could you dig a little deeper and know, like, creating relationships, right? But in the moment you created it because of a reason. Like, I don't want to say, but you get what I'm saying? Like, if you can dig a little deeper in that and tell us, like, what was your trauma, you know, and why was it okay for you to be in, you know, why did you feel that it was okay to have certain relationships at that time? You know, where did it stem from?
Well, my struggle and my trauma, what I've been through is being a child being molested.
Yeah.
You know, as we children, we don't know until we grow up, you know, and that trauma was very, very, very hard for me to let go. And what I mean to let go of that, knowing that is the closest person to you that you're thinking that you protect, and they the one that molested you.
They're the one that, you know, violated you and took you into a vulnerable state at a young state and exposed you to something that wasn't even supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know about, you know. So as I grow up, I'm realizing how, wow, why do I love this particular way? Why do I? Oh my God,
I like that.
And try.
Like
People
that,
are trying me. Maybe I'm too naive, you know, like that, and all that molestation. It does come through all that, you know. And what I realized that when I notice things like that is happening, I realize that I have to take it back.
Exactly.
I have to, knowing who I am, you know, because I was gonna lose it. I was really gonna lose it. Why people are trying me? Why can't not, you know, have a boyfriend? Why I feel like, oh, all the time I have to be touched.
Oh my goodness! Somebody drop a sunflower. If it's, come on now. Somebody drop a sunflower.
You know. So I know that, you know, and one thing we all have to know is our identity.
Right.
Our identity is really serious.
It's very important, and I'm glad that you said that. Why do I have to love this way, or why can't I have a boyfriend? These are questions we don't want to answer. We just go into the next situation. Go into the next. Let me go. You know, feed my ego. I can get a man. You know what I'm saying? Why, you know, but we're not understanding why we want to do that. Why are we moving a certain way? And yesterday I was on the phone with someone, and I was telling him that the reason people think that because they know their parents, that, oh, I don't have no issue. I don't have a daddy issue. I don't have a mama issue. But you do. Because the relationship, the seed that they were responsible to put in you, the life that they was responsible to speak in you, they didn't do it. Was they aware that they were supposed to do that? Maybe not. But you have some that take advantage, you know, as your situation, you being touched in such a young age, that exposed you to so many things.
Many doors.
Many doors, you know, and it made you move a certain way. That's why I remember somebody say, you know, you got to be careful how you move in life. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you don't have that God identity, you're moving through life through trauma
Right.
identity.
Right.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Right.
So,
And
go ahead.
And not only that, to able to, you know, to move in life,
yes.
you know, even for those that right in front of you is, you know, telling you don't do this. Like, you know, like I was explaining from our last live, how we muzzle our mouth so much because how our parents grew up.
And you know our Haitian background, sin pa pale, pa pale. If I
Right.
don't talk, don't speak.
Right.
Or different
And
government, you just gotta be quiet.
It created fear.
Yes.
And as it created a fear, it comes along with everything else.
Exactly.
Low self-esteem.
Exactly. You don't know when to speak up for yourself.
Right. Just because I got molested, okay, but there's other spirits behind that.
Exactly.
You know, to muzzle your mouth, to not allow you to be boldness.
Fear.
You feel a lot of people against you.
Exactly.
When you're speaking up to tell your story, people don't believe you.
Exactly.
You know?
So you become unheard.
Right. Yeah. It makes you like kind of crunched up, like you're nervous to speak up.
Exactly.
And you wondering why people is walking around like, okay, I'm gonna get, you know,
right.
It is what it is. And some people till this day, they still dwell on the hurtful place.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, you walking in your truth, you knowing that, and then using your effective tools, that's when you have to be like, okay, I see that you're still walking in a certain hurt. You don't see because you think you're good. That's why some people, like, you can't tell them nothing, you know? And so it's at some point you got to make a decision to move out the way, because it is not your responsibility to play God. You can do, you know, you can give a seed. Hey, baby, I think we should. But if you're not willing to take that advice, then who wants to protect myself now, I need to move a certain way.
Right.
So the next question I want to ask you is, what was your pivotal moment that, you know, encouraged you to change or change your environment?
Mm-hmm. Wow. My pivotal moment, I had to sharpen my eyesight, like my insight. I had to sharpen that because I really, you know how when our mind go, it's like arrows just shooting left to right, side to side. That's how I was. So I had to take control of through fasting and praying.
Exactly.
And not only that, I think because sometimes I got married very young. I'm not gonna lie. I got married very young. And sometimes I limit myself. Like I never enjoyed my single moments, you know, because I had my children in a young age. And I had my children when I was 17 years old. So to know me, it was so hard to have that, you know, to have that pivot moment because my mind was everywhere. It was everywhere, but my main focus, I never neglect my children. They were, I was young. My children was young. So what really made me is being around church people. Now that's another story. Even though
you in a community,
even though you in church, you still gotta be careful with your environment.
Oh yeah,
you have to, you know. So what really, I had to take a step back and be like, nobody could help me with this situation of how I feel. I had to interact and synchronize with God. I had to do fasting and praying, you know, and it gave me a new me, and for me to know me, okay, to know the insight of Angeline before Angeline got married. I had to, because I love my kids so much. But one thing I did not realize, how I love my children more than me.
Here we go. This is where the parents, you know, neglect themselves, you know, which is understandable. It happens. But you guys tend to, I'm going to say you guys, but you guys tend to neglect yourself because you put your children's needs first.
Right. Because I never had that moment for me. Remember, got married 17 years old, knowing that before I got married, I was molested. So I'm walking around thinking everything is okay, that I got this. No, baby, you don't got it at all. So those pivotal moments, I had to fast and pray. And how I went through it? By listening to music, you know, listen to people that talk positive on YouTube.
Exactly.
Come on now. You know,
exactly.
that built my spirit, man. Yes. Knowing that I was in a domestic violence on top of that.
Wow.
What I was going through and that. So I never took on my process of being, being molested, domestic violence, having my children, still don't know who I am.
Wow.
You know, it kind of, I was like everywhere, try to figure out. But my focus, I never, you know how some people, they go through things, but they neglect their children, neglect themselves by throwing their kids this way and that way. Right. I was never like that. So I know God had the whole of me. You know
how they said she held the hem of his garment? You held on too.
Yeah, but I did not realize that. That's how I know. And at one point in time, I was not living in Florida. I moved to Connecticut and I stayed there for 7 years because I was in that domestic violence too. So when you look, they always say when you move with somebody, that's when you know their true color. That's when you know their true color. So I had a lot of situation going in that situation to make me who I am, to get better.
So was your domestic violence, did that occur in Connecticut or was that in Florida?
Oh, in Connecticut.
And if I can ask, how long was that experience for you?
Wow, I lived there for, I'll say in the beginning, you know how first year everything's okay and stuff, and knowing that I didn't have no family there. Majority of my family was like in Boston and New York. But
I'm gonna plug in my charger 1 second, but keep talking.
But one thing that I realized, when you don't have your family around, it's so hard to know who's with you at that moment, you know? So I just want to let you guys know, no matter how hard it is in life, no matter how hard, you have to have that one person or two person. Let me tell you, I had a guy, but I had my pastor, I had my close friends up in Connecticut just to help me. You have to have that person to be with you and to nurture you. So if you guys are on here, let me get some thumbs up. We're just waiting for her to come back on
right now.
Any question, I'm willing to answer. This is a free flow because they're here just to, just to help, and if we don't help each other, like they say, closed mouth don't get fed, baby. Closed mouth don't get fed. So we on here just to help each other. So that was my that moment that I had to literally sharp myself and live like every day. I'm living every day. That was me right there. That was me.
Can you hear me?
Huh? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. Okay, so you said that experience lasted for you for like a year or so. The year was good, and then
then after that, it was just like everywhere. Wow. Everywhere. But warning did come before distraction, though. Before I left.
What would you? How many warnings could you say that it's like had?
The warnings that I had was really small. They were really small, and the individuals that really led to me, they're the one that was like, don't go. Like I had like warnings like that. Then I had warning through one of my great friends. Until now, we're not friends now. It's not a good idea. It was just the small things that I didn't put it, but because I wanted to feel loved. Oh no.
That desire of being wanted.
Distance.
What can you say that last part again?
Said, I can't do long distance. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you guys, disconnect? Was it A healthy
Ooh.
disconnect, or was it kind of, toxic?
Well, actually, it was because you know me. I care so much for people, but then again, I didn't really care for myself. So and I can't say I was in love. It was lust,
Right.
you know. So he had to go get arrested to make me until God gave me that dream, from a dream to, okay, I got to get out. Like I had to hear the voice of God screaming at me, go, leave your
Yeah.
children,
Yeah.
to make me come back to Florida. And now I'm here.
Welcome to Florida. So, that's great that you had your realization and
Yeah.
moved accordingly. Some people be like, "Child, I'll wait for you to come out," when that's not your mission. Your mission was to follow the first
Right.
time, and you didn't. And so, the last question that I wanted to ask you was, in that truth, how did you feel walking into your purpose? Because you know how we said in the last video, you can experience imposter syndrome, you can experience doubt, you can experience negative self-talk, and we know that putting self-care into practice, that means we got to reprogram how we speak to not only others but ourselves. So how did you feel walking out of that situation and walking into your purpose?
Mm-hmm. Well, at first, I was nervous.
Yeah.
At first, I kind of lost myself. Um, I I felt good at the same time, but through the midst of all that, I know I was doing something good.
Yes.
Because when I hear one thing about me, I like to hear confirmation. I don't know. I'm a hardhead girl.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
hard on myself, and I know I'm not the only one.
Oh, listen.
Talk to ourselves. We really talk to ourselves. But I could truly say that I felt very good by walking away,
Yes.
even though I was afraid.
Yes.
I didn't know, because number one, I was pregnant with that individual person. I was hurt with that event. I felt like that person never left my life. So now I had to regroup myself back. I had to really say, okay, this person is still in my life. How can I build to forgive? Because y'all know forgiveness is very hard.
It could be hard. It could be
Very,
really
very
hard,
hard.
but the end game to forgiveness is very good. It's something that you would want for yourself, but sometimes we're scared to take that step because we want to
Right.
hold on to the hurt and hold on to, oh man, this man tried me, or this person said something I should have da da da. And instead of forgiving, let it go and moving towards the things that God has for you. So
Right.
sometimes it could be hard, but it's beneficial.
Right.
It's very beneficial.
Right. But I forgave. I'm done with that
Oh
now.
yes.
Now
Oh yes.
good. Now we good relationship. So that's
That's
something I
good.
always prayed for, because that was the thing that I had to be healed to able to walk into my purpose now.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Effectively
And then,
at that.
yeah, and then this also helped me that my story will make room for others.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's where I stand right now, that I could be a living testimony, because a lot of people, they get it hard.
Yeah.
The value of clients that come sit with me praying for them. Listen, baby.
Yes. It's always that quick 101 that happens. People be like, go to therapy, but sometimes when you go to the nail salon,
Yeah.
like how some of the men, they go to barbershop. When you go to the nail salon, you're able to talk to your nail tech, and release some inner stress,
Right.
release some inner war, and see if you can get some advice, or
Right.
just a place to feel safe
Right.
and comfortable.
Right. Right. Very it's good to have a safe zone. And I remember, you have to create your atmosphere no matter what.
Exactly. And then it doesn't even matter where you
And
are.
it doesn't matter
So
where you are.
before we go, is there a message that you would like to, encourage the audience about self-care, how it's very important to practice self-care for your well-being?
Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, you have to love self. The most important thing is something I wrote down, that self self-knowledge is the key to relationship. Self,
Exactly.
you know, I'm not, I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta be fake in front of people. No,
Yeah.
those days are over. We
Yeah.
don't have time to fake it no more. I know people talk about fake it until you make it. It depends what situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because you
It,
can do that,
it
you
depends.
know.
But if you honest with yourself, first thing first, acknowledge who you are,
Exactly.
and always know that you, your own self, could present who you truly
Right.
is by your action.
Right.
So don't never keep,
Yeah.
don't ever feel like you're not worth it, because you are
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
it. And if you need help, go get help. Rather you go
Go get help. Go get
and a
counseling.
great friend,
Exactly.
and or best somebody.
Yes.
Just don't hold it in until it affect you so bad that it messed up you and several relationships.
Right. And it's you see it as a consistent thing, and some people see it as a consistent thing, but they also review it as, oh, that's normal,
Right.
because there are people that they're around that's not only okaying that behavior but exemplifying that behavior as
Right.
well, you
Right. Right.
know.
Right.
And so
Right.
again, the message is to love yourself first, get to know yourself first before entering in any dynamic, to make sure you're going in with your head on your shoulders.
Right.
Okay. So, like, because again, when you're in trauma, your mind is going to be everywhere,
Oh yeah.
because you're not going to understand in that dynamic, why are you being treated that way? Why are you being excluded constantly? Why are you being talked about constantly and not accepted for actually who you are
Mhm.
and what you bring to the table?
Yeah.
And so that can really affect you continuously and keep
Right.
poking into these wounds. And so
Right.
before I close this segment, I just want to encourage my audience to, utilize self-care. Not many are able to start counseling. I know I was able to, but the bill went up and I was like, hold on there. Let me go over there and do this work on my own. And it has been a great journey. And I know through this journey, I lost many people, but God had
Yeah.
to show me that people are seasonal, and everyone has their timing in their life. That's why I said in the beginning, I love each and every one of you guys who were there for me in the beginning of my healing journey. But me knowing myself now, I understand why our relationship was the way it was, and I understand why my needs wasn't able to be met, because sometimes we who have the want needs to understand that there are some people who may not hold the capacity to give you what you're looking for. And in that knowing, you have to move accordingly,
You have.
or you will fall victim to your own demise.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I want to encourage you to, I want to encourage the audience to take effective steps to heal your childhood trauma. And
Yeah.
do understand it is not a race to get there. Take it day by day. I in my other video, I gave you guys 3 tips. I said journal, I recommend meditation, and I also recommend walking and yoga, all which will help you build effective lifestyle and help you and encourage you to build healthy relationships, even with yourself. When you know something ain't here, you need to move accordingly to make sure that you create a healthy lifestyle for yourself. And even if it means, releasing people you wasn't even ready for, you still have to do that to make yourself better. And that's what I had to learn through self-care. And there's many things that I would like to share with my audience, but I know that there's a time and place for everything. And so I will catch you guys on the next segment, and
Next.
we will continue this conversation. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank
Please
you.
keep a lookout for my healing journal and workbook that's coming out very soon, spring, and my merch that's coming out in the spring. Please keep a lookout. Drop a sunflower. If you guys have any question, please DM me or just go ahead and leave it in the comment. I'll still be here 2 minutes after the video if Angie will leave, but we can stay 2 minutes after. I'll put the music up if you would like to stay with me, Angie, and then we can answer any questions that you guys may have.
Q&A.
Yes, the Q&A session, because sometimes you need to know, how can I start,
Right.
and there's no end game to healing. That's what I also want to point out, because people think, okay, well, God, it's been 6 months. Okay, it's been 20 years that you've been having that old mindset.
Yep.
Right?
And it was,
we got to talk about that.
It was.
It's been 20 years. And we have to be mindful of that we have to take time to reprogram our mind towards the thoughts of God.
Oh, yeah.
So that means going into your affirmation. You think it's not working, it is working. If you know the definition of it, starting with the I am, that means I need to transform myself. That means I am worthy. Like you said, I am loved, I am peace, I am happiness. Because sometimes people be like, why you think it's, why are you so upset? Why people like, oh, it's just how I am. No, there is something that's going on in your inner world that's conflicting with the things of God, that's not allowing you to have his abundance.
Yeah.
His abundance is not only money. His abundance is peace.
Oh my God, it's everlasting.
It's everlasting life. It's the ability to think. Sometimes people can't think because there's a war going on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a war going on,
Right.
And so if we got to be aware, we have to stay aware. And we're going to rock with you guys 2 minutes. I got this great playlist going on, and I'll also throw in another nugget. Have a good playlist. Okay. It is very, like you said in the beginning, inspirational songs that can help you, feel better.
Motivation.
Think higher thoughts.
Yep.
Stay in a good feeling so you can keep the good things coming to you, so you can keep your energy positive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and play listen, my playlist don't look like everybody.
Listen.
Okay. But it's a message. It's a message. Okay. Yeah. And so for me, I like to meditate and listen to soulful music. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section.
Even
question for her. How was it for her? Was it hard? Was it easy? We know it wasn't easy, but what was she doing in the midst of it? If you missed the beginning, ask her, what was she doing in the midst of the healing process? What was her thought process? Because we know it wasn't all God. Sometimes it'd be hard to say thank you, God, but you gotta say anyway, Right. So
I could truly say, when you want to take care of yourself, you go shopping, screen, you do a lot of stuff. But what I realized, you could do all that, it's still gonna be there until you do something about it.
Because now you are using self-care as a void filler instead of allowing, like, I don't want people to think self-care is going shopping and maxing out your credit card. That is not self-care. Self-care is being mindful that you've been hurt, that there has been an inner confliction going on for years, that you've been in this dark place, and now you're going to do the work to come out. The shopping and the extra stuff are accessories to the work that you need to do. Right. So I just wanted to put that out there. I took myself out to dinner. That was an accessory, to self-care. That was not the whole totality of self-care. Self-care is like, maybe I should call my therapist. Maybe I should call a friend. Maybe I should journal. Maybe I should put on that inspirational music. I need to reaffirm myself because now I'm in a vulnerable state. That's self-care. Like yesterday, my sister wanted to, be on the phone, but I said, hold on. I need to take care of myself because I'm feeling something that doesn't align to God.
Yes.
And I was like, we gotta go. Sometimes self-care is physical activity. You need to burn off these negative energy. You may have to go running. I want to go play tennis. And that helped me release some things in my mind,
Yeah. I was even talking to my husband. I said, okay, honey, let's go run. Let's go jog. We need to do something. Yeah. That really works. That really works. It really works.
It really
works.
When you go walking, it does something to your hormones. It balances.
Right.
You know, we so stuck in the house and stuck in routine, which is not bad. As adults, we need to start doing routines
Right.
because we're so accessible. You know, we grew up and, you know, mom and dad used to have a routine for us. One day on there, you come into the house a certain time and you eat dinner a certain time, you do your homework, and then you did it. They have your routine set out for you. But when you are older,
it's different.
when you come out of child state, you need to now create the routine for yourself so you can make sure that you stay mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually healthy.
Yep.
You know, you want to make sure
That's
you
what
are
he wants us to do now.
Exactly. So I know you have a client coming in, and
yes,
there isn't any questions, but I thank everyone for joining Healing Conversations with Addie Speaks. And I'll see you guys next week, and we'll have more healing conversations.
Yep.
If you guys have any questions, definitely DM me. And if you guys want to know more of her story, definitely DM her.
Yes.
Thank you guys again for joining Healing Conversations with Addie. Thank you so much, Angie, for joining.
Thank you.
And, listen,
thank you.
and being so open and transparent with your story.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to hear more.
Yeah.
And listen, thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone else, I'll see you guys on the next segment. And I have 9 effective ways to know that you're dealing with trauma and how to move accordingly. So I'll see you guys on the next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.